Welcome, dudes and dudettes. Another market update this week, 3rd of June. The month starts quite good, quite positive actually, if you will ask me. So yeah, we have some things to talk about, and let's see how the numbers are today. I didn't check it yet actually, so it's gonna be all fresh and new for me as well, straight ahead. So let's go and see it. Long story short, let's start with that. 52 to 47. We are a little bit moving to the downside, but that's not major. Nothing special or nothing to be worried about yet. There's still some positivity in the market coming in. We saw some nice and green numbers yesterday. So far, still good. We are not facing to the downside yet, but that can change, of course, as well through the day. Let's see how the heat map is working. That looks actually. Yeah, so locally we see some bits are forming already below 103.2. That's kind of as well support I'm aiming for to bounce back from it and go higher and to grab a little bit more to the upside maybe on the Bitcoin. Let's see, I'm not really aiming yet that we go really low and break any structure. We're technically grinding to the upside. Over here as well, we've been literally just a little bit into the pocket and we are just having a small pullback on it. And like I mentioned as well, below us is forming a quite nice support. So coming lower to that, that might be a bounce without even any breaking anything. And of course, the top it's filling in quite heavily. You can see that as well on the monthly chart, of course. Let's load it a little bit. Yeah, there you go. If it both sides are getting thicker and thicker by the day, it's incredible. So the pressure it's in, we are quite squeezing technically as well if you look at it on the high time frame. So any major move to the downside, that will be a pullback, pull up move, of course, and that will make that we're gonna bounce a bit higher. And definitely this we will come close to it, or we will get grab into it or a wick into it. I'm not sure if we're gonna go 120 or higher, either this cycle or this year or whatever. I'm not sure. I'm not really aiming for that. I'm aiming max for 115 to grab and then have a major retracement back and one more leg up maybe. Let's see how it's gonna play out. It all depends which way and which direction we're gonna take first. That's always the major key to look out for. Let me refresh the legend heat map or the bits. How that looks like. I didn't even look at it yet. So it was a quite busy day. It looks that we are starting to ladder in. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that we have a wall above us. So yeah, that might even be a reason we could have pulling back a little bit lower and grabbing the low liquidity, but they start to add up a little bit. So if that's gonna work as a magnet, then of course we're gonna go and grab it. So it's technically 1K and 200 around Bitcoin over here. So quite heavy. So if we're gonna come close to it, then yeah, we're gonna retrace, or even that's gonna push us lower, of course, to grab the low of the previous swing. And if so, let's see what else gonna hold us, because I'm not sure if there is anything coming in right now into the market. So yeah, quite interesting to see that we have quite a nice wall, but it's of course could be as well a fake wall. It looks like a little bit as well that could be a fake, but let's see how we're gonna behave if we're gonna come close to it. So that's the most important thing. And then of course the bits are coming in, and yeah, let's see how that's gonna play out, of course. So moving on to the cards. It's a pre-market open, so we have still 1.5 hour or a little bit even more to go for it. So as we was mentioning, we still doing the same move. We moving sideways on top of the trend line. So yeah, the interesting thing is that we really need to break it lower to go, for example, 12% or whatever in this area, that we're gonna have and see major moves to the upside on the coins. or any kind of bigger flip, right? Flipping the 90 again and holding that then might be a bigger retracement for now, but it doesn't look like yet that we're going to do it. So that's good. We want that. We want it to go lower. And if you start to break that, that's going to be the first break to the downside of the whole structure of VIX. Then since December the 6th. So that's already so significant numbers as well, right? If you think about it. Speaking about the hodlbot, that's the MDX little baby. Speaking about that, we had a counter trade signal, let's say like that, a buy signal that wasn't a proper buy signal, but we still didn't manage to close the position, and we went a little bit higher. So still on the 1 hour time frame, we do higher highs and higher lows. So the structure is to go higher and upside movement. So there is still potential for it. We are a little bit middling and we might even go again higher. So this signal, either way, it was a perfect counter trade. It could play out as a winning trade as well. So that's take it or leave it how it is, but it's what it is eventually. And our lovely ecosystem. Private coins, again, they start to pick up quite quickly. So there is quite demand on them. That's interesting to do. Exchanges as well, they are going a little bit higher. AI dropped. NFTs and DEXs are quite middling, a little bit higher than the average middle. So yeah, DeFi's as well. It's quite interesting that you have a literally really nice split in them. And USDT, of course, that's going to be high. Hype start to pick up. Yes, we saw that as well on the chart. I'm already in long on that one as well, so that's good. If still a little bit middling, but yeah, keep doing some bits on it. Bitcoin as well, middling. But then the most impressive and surprising thing that USDC are picking up. So there is not even people are moving the coins or selling the coins into the USDT, but as well in USDC. So that's picked up a little bit more heavier, nothing major, but still some interesting numbers on it. Dixie start to go sideways a little bit. Filecoins and shitties, of course, they went a little bit lower. So that might pick up as well if we start to move some money inflow on it. So that's quite interesting, actually. You see how accurate they are as well with the both of them on ecosystem and on grouping. So yeah, it's on special. I don't know what's going on over here. What did I click? But I will check that later on. Looking at the bundle metrics, quite interesting because without any pressure from the lows, we are still grinding higher. This might be a little bit as a fake out, and we already see a hidden divergent. This might be a hit and miss, and we could break down to the downside and wick all of the liquidity and then go higher. It's all possible. Nothing is taken away yet because it's quite volatile movements as well, if you can say that. So grinding higher, yeah, we grab the 150 axis, but still, I don't see yet major money inflow or volume delta coming into the market yet. So it could be as well a little bit delayed, like we saw somewhere over here that grind up and then we spiked. So we could do that as well. Of course, the same pattern of it. But yeah, it's all fine if he's trading above the point of control line. I'm happy about that, and that's all good. You want to see that. Then, like I mentioned, the oscillator harmony, it starts to get a little bit overheated with the hidden divergence. So let's see how that's gonna play out. That might be the move that we're gonna see a little bit low structure on it. On chain as well, it's already middling, and then we see already quite a flip in altcoins. Chitties are coming a little bit back, nothing major yet, and then large caps are cooling off a little bit. So you see quite a difference in the capital flow on the assets than on the ecosystems, right? It's quite different, of course, because that's already on different time frames as well, and it's spread as well differently on the percentage. So that's quite interesting to have them both actually side by side, see how they behave. Then our lovely high. Love it. Love the move. My bot hit it quite accurate as well on it, so it's already quite in long. It took some profits. I'm really want to see what's gonna happening right now, because that's technically for me that's the first thing that's gonna be important right now. Yes, the oscillators are a little bit overheated and oversold. We are getting there. It's nothing major yet. We still can do some bigger moves on it, right? But we are getting close. But right now, we are coming into the bearish 2 pips on the 4 hour. It's quite significant and quite important. Why? Because we broke the structure, right? If this is the high, sorry, if this is the high, this is the higher high, this was the low, we broke the structure significant with this move, right? Either way, is this the higher low? Yes, it is technically, but the structure been broken. So right now, you aiming for a bearish retest. That can happen for major percentage, but we still can do this and have another leg up, right? There is nothing taken away that we need to go and have a bearish retest right now. Either we're gonna have it, we might do either way something like this. That's all still possible. That's why I want to pay a little bit more attention to it, especially from today. I'm gonna set up some alerts on it and see how high we're gonna go, and if we start to break above this structure and close anything above it. That's gonna be first most important to have a close somewhere over here, and maybe wick it a bit higher, because either way we're gonna do that. For me, that's already a sign that we create what a new. That was the high. This is the higher high. One more pullback and off we go. I want to see that. That could be really good, especially as well. Hindsight for Bitcoin as well. If uh, if hype's gonna do another leg up, and let's say we will go to 50x, that means that Bitcoin will do the one more leg up as well, and we will go and hit the 115 or 120 either way. Why? Mentioned it quite a lot of times. There is nothing to prove it yet about it, but they move similar to each other. If one goes, then it goes to another one, and vice versa. So it's a thing that you need to realize. You need to see by yourself, to watch them closely next to each other, and then you will realize how they move or how they behave. Because right now, if you look at this price action, right, we had the consolidation over here, we break out from it, and we went higher. Look what Bitcoin is doing. This might be the consolidation, breakout, and go higher, right? If that's the same move. Yes, the structure is a little bit different. I understand that, I get that, but still, the moves are quite significant, right? If you look at it. So there is still potential to have that. That's on the high. I'm quite aiming to see if we're gonna go higher. I really would like to see that. There is no sign yet that we're gonna reverse on it, so be aware of that perspective. Bitcoin. Like you see, I'm in the long. Second long already. One was from here. Second one was from here. And right now, I'm really aiming to go higher. Yes, we are on the oscillator bit, getting a bit higher, and we see some turnaround on it, especially on 1 hour. You can argue with it that it might turn around on you, but still, we do a higher low and higher high. So there is not much on structure that says that we go lower yet. Till we start breaking. Flip the daily, then freaking previous weekly open. It is gonna take out 2 of my TPs, then the third one, and who knows, we're gonna maybe have a breakout. On Bitcoin, it's a little bit different because there is one resistance over here. That's the 1 hour resistance, and the 4 hour is a little bit higher than that. So technically on top of each other. So there is a little bit more work for Bitcoin to do to gain and to go higher, to go through all through the whole wall. And of course, like we know, there is as well a small wall over here to reach. First thing first with the bits. So that's the little bit insight of Bitcoin, how I want to see it, how I'm gonna break, and of course start to go lower, break this structure. Then of course we're gonna go and definitely go to 97 9 first to retest the whole previous swing, right? So that's the deal. But so far, we are grinding it upwards. That can be a little bit deceiving as well because doing this constantly, a little bit too perfect, right? Then that means we're gonna go and grab all of the liquidity what we collect over here, one way or another way. So that's all still on the table and possible, right? Um, as mentioned, injective quite perfectly into the bucket. We had a flip of it already. We create the weekly in June as support already. So this goes off. We're gonna go for a new high again because we didn't break the whole structure on it. It's perfect. So it's holding. And now we have another pearl to our collection mentioned by one of my mentor colleagues. Use he realized and found a spot on per or sorry a coin on hyperliquid calls per, and it behaves same as hype, right? Hype's pumping, per is pumping, and bro, I was charting this, eyeballing it when he mentioned it, and I set it up like, all right, I want to see February or even this clutter as you support. If you're gonna go lower than that, then we broke the whole structure. And I just put it in. It's quite heavy on the stop loss, but boy, oh boy, look how it play out. It didn't even reach the stop loss what I mentioned, and it did already almost 50% twice in a row. So it is what it is. It's a freaking strong one. If you try to trade it, then please be careful because there are some quite heavy wicks. But that's on gate. If you do it on PIF, then nothing to worry about it, especially on the hyperliquid as well. But it's a great one. So it did already today 40.4%. So please look into it. It's a really really good call. Then not much actually to mention about the alts because we've been already through them, so there is no need to go for. The one what I want to mention are I want to set a bot on it as well, are the bots. So right now, if Bitcoin starts pumping, and as well, that's a sign as well because we had the first TP on the gold, we might retrace and close the position, or we're gonna retrace and gonna go higher. So that means that Bitcoin gonna go a little bit lower, right? That's all possible because this trades against Bitcoin. So that's the opposite of all. So that's the thing. It took the TPs already twice, and yeah, good play. And as mentioned, hype took a little bit higher. I don't mind, but I got stopped out on the short. Fine, took the losses, and now we are going for. So I'm happy about that. After all, it's still good play. It's still fine. This move is perfect. If you go higher, even better. So yeah, that's good. Right now on Omni, the short still in the short. The long didn't go fire. It's crossed, and that's been already on couple of the alts. So that means they might go a little bit lower if Bitcoin starts pumping. So that's going to be Bitcoin driven move. That it's still possible, right? So keep in mind on that one, and let's see how that's going to play out. And of course, I'm going to see if we can have any new bot system on Per. That's going to be quite interesting how it behaves and how it moves. So it's great. So yeah, that's why I mentioned there are some things to keep an eye on it. And like I'm thinking, if we start to flip the weekly, especially the daily right now, if you're gonna do this, right? If you see this flip, then this is still in play. And yeah, the resistance over here is quite significant. So let's see if we're gonna take this out and have the move to go higher. If not, then literally what I'm aiming is for something like this. This is the resistance. Come back, one more, and then we're gonna go to December, and then the thing that I'm kind of looking at from here, break or hold the structure. It doesn't matter. One of those two. You have one more leg up, right? Because technically, what you're doing is a retrace. Last long, one leg up, and then you start to break things, and you go bear market area. So this is kind of what I'm aiming for. And technically, if you look at it, it will not be that weird. Do exact the same what we did over here. and take people off guard with it, because this whole move, even with this consolidation and this move and this and what we could do afterwards, exact same but bigger if you zoomed in, right? This is similar, this is similar, and this move to the downside could be this move right over here, and then you just have one more leg, this, one more, and then done. So yeah, all good about it still. So that's what I'm aiming for. Anyhow, keep it safe. Oh, one more thing. I always forget about that. Numbers. We have some calendar numbers. The job opening is today, technically after the market open. So we are aiming, yes, it's same forecast. It's just a little bit better, but okay, whatever. I'm never looking that quite often on those ones. So tomorrow you have the service PME, a little bit high. And then on 6th of June, that's when is it? That's Friday. Oh yeah, Friday. Fund payrolls, permanent employment. So those are a little bit more important. So let's see how those 3 days are gonna play out. Quite significant. Yes, I'm sometimes looking at the calendar, but there are so many things, so you don't know which one is important. And over here, of course, you will have the most important one for the market, what counts. That's how I'm looking at it. So it might be different, or you might have a different opinion about it. Bite me in the comments about it. All right. So I guess that's all about the Bitcoin and everything around it, how we play out. So keep it safe, keep it in break even, and take some take profit on the way, up or down, whatever. See you on the flip side. Yeah.